Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So glad to have you here at Ahavat Shalom. Special welcome to those who are watching the live stream as well. Baruchim Habaim, welcome one and all. I'm Rabbi Matt Berger. Allison's not here today. She has a family event for her daughter. Down on the piano are accompanists Joy Katzen-Guthrie on piano, and of course behind me our bat mitzvah, Lauren Dowman, and a special welcome to the extended Dowman family as well. We're going to begin with a song for Israel, Am Yisrael, that you can find right on the screen. This arrangement written by Noam Katz. Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai, Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai, Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai, Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai, oh, Davinu Chai. Oh, Davinu Chai, oh, Davinu Chai, Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai, Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai, Amen, Amen, Amen Yisrael Chai, Amen, Amen. Am Yisrael Chai, oh, Davinu Chai, oh, Davinu Chai, oh, Davinu Chai, oh, Davinu Chai. My pleasure to call forward Dara Simon. She'll be lighting the Shabbat candles. You'll find the blessing on the screen as well as on page 2. Hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner, shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Please join me in a prayer for Israel that you'll find on the screen. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. May you bless the soldiers of the Israel Defense Forces and all who stand guard to protect our people. Shield them from all troubles and injury. Help them secure freedom without loss of life for all those held captive by the enemy. May they have strength and courage of heart. Turning to page 24, traditional Shabbos table song, Shalom Aleichem, peace be to you, Melachim, angels or messengers of the Most High. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharei, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Hamlachim Akadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech, Malachi Hamlachim Akadosh Baruch Hu. Barkuni leShalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech, Malachi Hamlachim Akadosh Baruch Hu. Seitem leShalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech, Malachi Hamlachim Akadosh Baruch Hu. On 26, you'll find words of praise, the Chatzi or half Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, uv'izman karib, v'yemiru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevara, le'ala mulal mehamaya, yitbarach, yitbarach ve'yishabah, yitbar v'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh, ve'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brihu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'alma, v'miru, amen. Next part of our service, Shema and its blessings, can be found on 28 with the Baruch, the call to prayer. Let's rise. Barichu et Adonai HaMevorach. Barichu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam V'ha'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam V'ha'ed. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, lai lai. Please join me on 31, a prayer for creation, Mariv Aravim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guide the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ma'ariv Aravim. And a prayer of love, Ahavat Olam, found on 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We'll sing Open Up Our Eyes. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Feel free to be seated. We'll now chant the words of the V'ahavta, you shall love Adonai your God, with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. You can find the text on 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol lavavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lektecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Let's read together on 39 words of truth and faith, emet ve'emunah. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we are taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Words of Mi Chamocha found on 40. Who is like you, God? Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai. Mi Chamocha Nedar Ba'kodesh. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai. Mi Chamocha Nedar Ba'kodesh Norati Lo Osefele Norati Lo Osefele Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai. Mi Chamocha Nedar Ba'kodesh. Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai. Mi Chamocha Nedar Ba'kodesh Norati Lo Osefele Norati Lo Osefele. Let's continue with a prayer for shelter and protection. Words of Hashkivenu found on page 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim Beiteinu Huvoenu L'chaim u'shalom Me'ata ve'ad Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Blessed are you, God, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Pleasure now to call Lauren Ford. She's going to be leading us in the first few prayers of the Tefillah, our standing blessings, which begin on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai sifatefita ufia gita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Lifnei V'Nehem, Limon Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Hoser Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Izrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mehayeh hakol atah Rav le'oshia, Mashiv haruah u'morid hagashem, Mechakel hayim behesed, Mehayeh hakol b'rahamim rabim, Someh nofim ve'rofei holim, Umatir asurim, Umekayeh emunato, Lishenei afar, Mihamoha ba'al gevurot, Umidomela, Melech memid, Umechayeh, Umatzmiya Yeshua, V'ne'emon atah lehahayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mehayeh hakol.
Atah kadosh v'shim kadosh, u'kadoshim b'kol yom yalu kasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Feel free to be seated. Let's all say Yasher Koach, which is Hebrew for well done, to Miss Lauren. We'll continue now with the remaining four blessings of the Tefillah. First, a prayer for the holiness of Shabbat, Kedushat Hayom. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Words of avodah, or prayer, found on the bottom of 56. Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinato L'Tzion. Blessed are you, God, whose presence returns to Zion. And our words of gratitude are found on 59, Hoda'ah. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lechodot. And together we can sing Jeff Klepper's arrangement of our prayer for peace, Shalom Rav, that you'll find on page 60. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha asim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha asim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol ha-shalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol ha-shalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha asim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha asim leolam. Etov beinecha livarei et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha asim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha asim leolam. Asim leolam. Asim leolam. Blessed are you, God, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Turning to the middle of our prayer books on page 253, you'll find our healing prayer, Mi Shebera. Words written by Debbie Friedman, adapting the traditional prayer. We think of families who have loved ones who are in need of healing due to conflicts in Israel and the Ukraine. To their names, we add the following individuals within our community and beyond for healing: Joanne Beeman Fiddleman, Yonatan Ruven Ben Rivka, Charlie Burke, Tina Bruns, Larry Kane, Tyler Chang, Kate Fagan, Heather Felster, Harry Fleisch, Mitchell Freifeld, David Freelander, Lenore Goldsmith, Don Hirschman, Joyce Holbrook, Jim Howard, Kathy Howard, Phyllis King, Irene Lipensky, Jerry Longerich, Jonathan Marks, Tova Marks, Michael Ranzino, Stephanie Ross, Angie Sermenis, Jeff Stark, Carrie Taylor, Grace Tribbiano, Greg Tribbiano, and James Baccarelli. If there are any other names you'd like to add at this time for healing, feel free. Shebera Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'im Imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Isheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. For centuries, people have asked the question, how did the people of Helm get so foolish? At the same time, others have asked, how do the people of Helm get to be so wise? The traditional answer to these questions is that there are wise and foolish people everywhere. One just needs to open their eyes and take a look around. Long ago, God was quite concerned about the distribution of wise and foolish people in the world. So God assigned an angel, a malach, to collect all the foolish souls and bring them to heaven. Then the angel would sprinkle them, these foolish souls, here and there throughout the world. But it was the angel's first assignment, so she could be forgiven. After filling a sack with foolish souls, she put it over her shoulder and started flying back to heaven. Then a sudden blast of wind took her off course and tossed her against some tree branches on Helm's highest hill. The bag ripped open, and the foolish souls tumbled into town. Looking at the Helmers, the angel realized she could no longer distinguish between the foolish souls and the wise one. Even the people of Helm couldn't tell the difference. So they assumed that every single person they were looking at was wise. And if the rest of the world disagreed, it was only because they too wanted to be as wise as the people of Helm. After all, the word for dream, cholam, is related to the word Helm. And all of us have a dream to be as wise as Solomon. In addition to the legendary city of Helm, there's also a real city of Helm. It's located in eastern Poland. I'll ask a tech team to show a black and white photo of the city center that's taken in the early 20th century. You'll see all the buggies there. Jews have lived there since the Middle Ages. Before World War II, about 60% of the town were Jewish. They were artisans, merchants, shopkeepers. They owned sawmills, distilleries, and industrial outfits. There were also charitable societies, a home for the elderly, and a Talmud Torah, a religious school. I sometimes think about Helm in the weeks leading up to Hanukkah, especially the Helmers of Jewish legend. After all, every night, one house after another puts up their holiday lights around town here. I've already plugged in my inflatable 6-foot dreidel and LED blue and white lights at my house, so my family's ready to roll when Hanukkah arrives. And one of my favorite Helm stories of all described how the sages played dreidel. This particular version was adapted by the storyteller Eric Kimmel. Everyone knows about dreidels. The dreidels, a four-sided top with one Hebrew letter on each side. The letters, as we know, are Nun, Gimel, He, Shin. They mean Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle happened there in Israel. I'll ask our tech team to show an image of some multicolored dreidels on the screen. Now, the sages of Chelm were playing dreidel one Hanukkah evening when the oldest one of the four, his name was Motek, said, "I think this dreidel has too many letters." The others asked, well, how can a dreidel have too many letters? For thousands of years, dreidels have had the same four letters: Nun, Gimel, He, and Shin. They remind us about the miracle of Hanukkah. Motek said, "I still think 4 letters are too much. We just don't need all of them." So Nu, the others asked, "Which letters would you get rid of?" Motek replied, "I'd get rid of the letter Shin." What does it stand for? Sham, which means there. Why do we need this letter at all? We know that the miracle happened there in the land of Israel. It obviously didn't happen here in Chelm, because nothing happens here in Chelm. You're right, the others agreed. So they took a bottle of ink and blotted out the letter Shin. Then one of the sages, his name was Shimon, chimed in. "Well, I know another letter that we can get rid of. Consider the He. What does it stand for? Haya, which means it happened. Obviously, the miracle of the small cruse of oil lasting for 8 days happened. If it didn't, we wouldn't be celebrating Hanukkah. And today would just be an ordinary day." The sages agreed and said that's true as they blotted out the letter He. Then Beryl piped in. "Well, I know another letter we can do without." "Which one?" the others asked. "Gimel," he said. "It stands for Gadol, meaning great. Why do we need to say it was a great miracle? Aren't all miracles great? Who ever heard of an ordinary miracle?" "What wisdom!" the sages of Chelm exclaimed as they blotted out the letter Gimel. "But wait, we're not done," says Feivel. "Look at the Nun. What does it stand for?" Nes, which means miracle. I ask you, when a tiny band of Jews, no braver or smarter than we are, defeats a great nation like the mighty Greeks of old, what do you call it? In one voice, the others exclaimed, "A miracle." "Of course," Feivel said. "Everyone knows that. We don't need a silly letter to remind us." So the sages of Chelm all dipped their feather into the bottom ink and blotted out the last remaining letter, Nun. Ever since that time, as the story goes, dreidels in Chelm have been made without any letters. The 4 sides are just blank. So how do they play dreidel, you might ask? The same way everyone else plays it, with the dreidel tops, the coins, the candies, and the nuts, except in Chelm, strange as it is to say, whenever they play dreidel, everyone always wins. What a great story, great wisdom for those Chelmers. Nowadays, rejoicing during Hanukkah can take many forms. We eat potato latkes, potato pancakes, donuts called sufganiyot. We decorate our homes, give gifts, and sing lots of songs. And then there's the dreidel. Now, when I was a child, I was taught in religious school that the game of dreidel had a deeper meaning. It was a cover for Jews studying in secret. When the Seleucid Greeks outlawed Torah study, Jews continued to learn and study the Bible. So they brought along a dreidel. And if a Greek soldier or citizen saw a group of Jews sitting around a table, Spinning a top, it would look like an innocent game of chance. And this was the connection between dreidels and Hanukkah. I bet some of you learned the same story. That being said, this story is entirely ahistorical. Simply put, there weren't any dreidels in ancient times, because if there were, archaeologists would have likely found at least one of them by now. In fact, and this might blow your mind, the dreidel originally had nothing to do with Hanukkah at all. Here's the scoop. Jews borrowed this game of top from Europe, specifically German language folks living in the 18th century. And the top that would eventually become the dreidel was likely brought over from England or Ireland. Both the top and the game itself was called teetotum, but some people called the game put and take. I'll ask our tech team to show an image of a modern brass teetotum on the screen. Originally, the letters on the top corresponded to the first letters of the Latin words for nothing, half, everything, and put something in, which is exactly how we play dreidel today. So where did this tale of the subversive Torah students playing dreidel actually come from? Well, in the 19th century, a group of rabbis were asked this very question. In response, they created the story about the Jews fooling the Greeks into thinking they were playing a harmless game. One of the earliest citations of the dreidel game is found in a Hebrew language book called A Treasury of Jewish Customs, written by a rabbi named Abraham Ever Hershowitz back in 1890 in the city of Pittsburgh. After the emergence of the Zionist movement around the same time, led by Theodor Herzl, the name dreidel was changed to the Hebrew word sivivon, also meaning top, which incidentally was coined by the 5-year-old son of none other than Eliezer ben Yehuda, who single-handedly, along with his family, revived Hebrew as a spoken language in the land of Israel. And the Hebrew abbreviation of the dreidel's letters was changed to Nes Gadol Haya Po, which means a great miracle happened here. As you'll see in the image, our tech team will show on the screen. This is one of the dreidels that I picked up during one of my trips to Israel. And you'll notice at the bottom, for those who recognize Hebrew letters, that instead of a shin, which would look kind of like a 3-pronged fork, you get a fe, which means peh or here. So whether the dreidel you use this Hanukkah has not a single letter, like the Helmers, it says a great miracle happened there, Sham, or a great miracle happened here, Po, it's all in good fun. May it celebrate the miracle of Jewish history, the strength of the Maccabees, that small cruse of Hanukkah, of menorah oil, and the importance of lifelong Jewish learning. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue now with the words of the Aleinu, the adoration, which can be found on page 286. If there are any guys, gentlemen, who'd like to come forward and help me open the ark, I'll invite you forward right now to do so. I'm tempted to say Bueller. Thank you so much. Please rise. Our proud bat mitzvah dad. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Feel free to be seated. Let's say Yashar Koach. Well done. Thank you so much. You'll find words of praise, the prayer Kaddish Tone, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 294 in your prayer books and on the screen. As we think of families in the first 30 days of mourning, the period called Shloshim, we think of families who lost a loved one due to conflicts in Israel and Ukraine. We also think of Selma Bowman, beloved mother of Steve Bowman and longtime member of our congregation, Gert Rubin, mother of Bobby Osfeld, and Betty Sharp, mother of Stephen Sharp. We mark the yahrzeit anniversary of passing of loved ones. On this Shabbat, we fondly remember Jacqueline Briner, Betty Bressoff, Otto Burrows, Sally Dasher, Beth Leah Diamond Fisher, Al Felser, Mark Joseph Fiel, Jack Gladstone, Shirley Goldstein, Etta Jackson, Joseph Karp, Carol Landis, Irving Larish, Keith Lawrence, Bernice Lesser, Erwin Lowett, Irving Marcus, Jill Meller, Marlene Packler, Harry Plevin, Richard Allen Posner, Marvin Press, Taylor Rowland, Max Schreiber, Max Schwartz, Labe Sok, Eureka Teitelroyd, Shirley Tobe, Peter Wend, Shirley Wenig, and Edward Zeisler. Are there any other names to add for? Feel free. Thank you. We say, Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of all of these good people continue to be a bracha, a blessing in their loved one and friends' lives as we rise together to offer the words of Kaddish praise. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, b'yalma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivarach le'alam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yittabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah b'rihu. Le'elam inkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran b'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace in the heavens cause peace to descend on us, Israel, throughout the world, as we say, amen. V'meru, 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 amen. V'imru, v'imru, v'imru. Amen. Feel free to be seated. Once again, it's my pleasure to call upon our bat mitzvah, Lauren. She's going to be leading us in the Shabbat Kiddush, which you can find on page 5 in the prayer book and on the screens.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav b'matzavahanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvatzon inhilanu Zikrao lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lamikraye kodesh seher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'harta v'yotanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shak kodshecha be'ahava uvatzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Say Yasher Koach to Lauren, beautifully led, and L'chaim, to life. It's grape juice. Well done. Feel free. Now we will continue with our blessing over the challah, the motzi. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. The tailbone, enjoy. This time I'm going to call Steve Koenigsberg forward for some Shabbat announcements representing leadership of our congregation. While he's walking up, yesterday was Lauren's birthday. Mazel tov.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Many thanks to Rabbi Matt and Joy for leading a wonderful service along with the tech team, myself, Brad, greeters, Rick, and Elisa, and Bill. I think I missed somebody else also. All right, let me, what? Lynn, I'm sorry. Okay. And also, I just wanted to thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful leading service. Our Hanukkah festival will take place this Sunday, December 15th at 11:30 a.m. Enjoy food, fun, menorah lighting, and a performance of our religious school choir. Join Rabbi Matt on Monday, December 16th at 1 p.m. in person or via Zoom for Torah Today, an adult ed class that connects stories of our people to the modern day. Our next Shabbat morning minyan led by Ron Gilberg, will take place on Saturday, December 21st, followed by a breakfast sponsored by the Brotherhood. Our Hanukkah dinner and trivia night, sponsored by the Sisterhood, will take place on Friday, December 27th at 6:30 p.m., followed by a Shabbat live band service. Our tech team is looking for additional volunteers. So if you're interested, just let me know. And following services, please join us for an Oneg Shabbat in the social hall. Again, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Steve. For our closing song, let's sing Ein Keloheinu, There's None Like Your God. You can find Ein Keloheinu on page 322 in your prayer books when Steve gets back. Oh, Brad, great job. Multitasking. We're going to sing this to the Beatles, Let It Be. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Gemosheinu. Mi Eloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemalkeinu, Mi Gemosheinu. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Mosheinu, no del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Mosheinu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Mosheinu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Mosheinu. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Mosheinu, no del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Mosheinu. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, thanks so much for coming. Join us for the Oneg in the social hall.